Hello, everyone. Sorry, there were some technical difficulties. Though I suppose that's expected on this channel now. Anyways, how is hyperspace, everybody? I hope it wasn't too uncomfortable. For some reason, my chat is broken. Why is it not showing? Let me try hiding and hiding and unhiding chat. Show chat. It should be working now. H. Okay, it's working. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Oh, I should wait. I need to notify everybody on Discord. Ooh, hold on. Oopsie. Copy link. Uh-oh. Give me just a second, minions. Oh god. This is gonna turn out just like every stream. Oh no. Oh god. Alright. Everybody has been notified now. I should probably actually put it in the other server too. Sorry. Oh boy. All right. How is everybody feeling after jumping out of well, not technically hyperspace, more like hyperspeed. We weren't technically going through hyperspace. Nonetheless, I'm glad to see you all here. Of course, you're not able to see me just yet. The power's still out. We've got to wait for it to turn on. It requires just a few more people. Just a few more people in chat, and then the power should come on. Stallion's, gathering energy in order to power the station. But once it's been gathered, of course, we should be a go, and the station is currently in orbit around Earth. Which is just wonderful. Ooh, boy. All right. Let's go ahead and get on with it. Ah, why hello there. I see we have a good few minions in chat. It's just about time. Just about time. Also, apologies if you hear clinking around in the background. Apparently, so either there's construction going on behind me, or there's a severe wind blowing through, which is a little unfortunate for today, but a little bit of a solar wind didn't ever hurt anybody. Welcome to chat. I suppose you're all anticipating the reveal. I know I am. And of course, now that we're all here, all orbiting around Earth safe and sound, and Stallion's beginning to gather energy from the chat. Chat energy, yes. Yup. You right. The chat energy is powering the station, of course. And I do believe the lights are just about to come on. Hello, everyone. How's everyone in chat today? It's good to see that we've got everybody here. All of our glorious minions. All on standby in the Armada, no less. Of course, the lights aren't fully on. Not just yet. But I'm glad to look you face to face for once. Instead of through a digital form. Now you can actually see how I really look. You're so sleepy. Fair. Hyperspeed can do that to someone. Especially if you were in cryo sleep. Thank you very much, Minion. Minion number 1. Oh boy. I can see the generators beginning to buzz. It looks as though we're just about to go. I believe it should turn on in just about, let me check my monitor here. Just about 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the bridge of the ship, which should be revealed relatively soon. There we are. Oh boy, it's good to see you all. Welcome to the stream. I hope you are all right with us crashing in the bridge for just a bit. Thank you very much. This form was made in part by Paraphonia, if you want to check them out. I'll put their Twitter in chat, actually. Give me just a moment. Let me just grab their Twitter. Alright, make sure you go check them out. They're a really, really good rigger. They made their own model and everything. I made the art for this model, but they did all the rigging. And they did a very, very good job. He's taking the magic action. I am indeed. Ooh, we've got some fun things to reveal soon. Of course, just a little bit of a teaser. For now that the lights are back on, why don't I show you the bridge? As you can see, we have a new environment to play around with. This up here is my my control station. This is how the Armada is run. This is usually where I sit. Or at least where the pilot sits. Usually I just come in and out. Whenever it's time for me to give orders, of course. And over here is the door to the rest of the ship. Let me just make it to where you can see it. Behold! Of course, that's where you came from. After you stumbled out of cryo-sleep. I'm so glad you could join me up here, though. It's much more roomy. Much better than those cryo-sleep pods. Ship vlog, indeed. This is my crib. Welcome to my crib, everybody. But yes, I have a new room. And I'm hoping that eventually I can maybe make upgrades and the like. this is perhaps something that we can work on for the future. But of course, you guys have been wanting to see all of me, haven't you? I suppose we could do that. How about we start as most VTubers do? We'll start all the way at the bottom and go up. I've revealed these on stream before, once. These are my glorious form-fitted boots. Made by yours truly, of course. Minted in Altirum. Very stylish there. I'm not a dork. How dare you call your superior a dork? I am your captain, excuse me. But yes. Glorious, glorious boots. Floaty feats, indeed. I do actually have... Oh no, I should probably not bring up the digital menus right now. Maybe later. I can show you my floaty effects. And of course you can see my cape too. Altirum silk. Made from the finest of materials. I am not. I am not. You can't prove it. You have no proof. However, we should continue moving. You can see my hands now, as well as my gloved hand. I can talk about these in the lore section, of course. And I'll be talking a little bit more about my left hand once I show you some of my new moves, my battle positions. I've got a very stylish military outfit from Altirum, so I hope you don't mind all of the angles, the diagonals. How dare you? My voice is perfectly commanding. All right, and of course you can see the halo around my arm. That is one thing that the old version of my my form did not necessarily accurately portray. That halo is keeping the disease on my arm at bay. Of course, the disease was intentional. It's a marker of every conquest. Is Altirum like Krypton or Viltrum? I'd say like neither. I'd describe it more like Olympus. Definitely more like Olympus. Nonetheless, you also can see here my badges. I earned those in the line of duty, fighting against the demons of the abyss. I'm now a 3rd-star general, in command of my own armada, and I could call upon a throne if I so please. Of course, I'd need to get the permission of Omnia herself. Before I did so, it would be against regulations to call a throne out of the blue. Would I get in trouble for booping you? Yes, you would. Outside of booping hours, of course. You will have booping time. There will be booping time to be had. Though not yet. Not as of current. But of course, we've arrived at the final destination. My glorious face. Ah. It's so good to see you all through my new eyes as well. They're so much more enlightening. And of course, this new Halo is much better than my old model. The other one was a little bit more tilted. This one's nice and centered. Booping hours. Yes, your booping hours will be later. Perhaps we can have a few booping minutes once we do the Q&A, either just before or just after. We can have a booping time. Nonetheless, if you guys are ready, I could actually move on to some lore. Some nice history of Altirum. The history of this crew itself as well. Also, I'm sorry my mouth is being a little bit misbehaving. I changed some settings recently, and it seems as it affected a little bit how my mouth moves. It's a little bit slow to respond, but that's fine. We all are some days, am I right? How dare you? How dare you call me that? You know, you just came out of cryosleep. I think I can give you a pass this time. Oh, heck yeah. Halos are very useful tools from Altirum, of course. They help you resist certain types of damage, of course. Mine is outfitted with some very, very helpful skills for combat. And I've been modifying it recently. Of course, before now it was tilted, meaning it wasn't working properly, but now I've got a new one. Brand new, shining, just as good as ever. Slow to respond most days, I feel that. Of course, just out of cryo sleep, it's pretty, pretty understandable. You know, I can't put any of you at fault. Anyways, you all are, the new cadets, if I'm right. You know, work hard and you might someday become an angel, just like me. We're getting new cadets every day, it seems. Very welcome, of course. I'm here to help you on your way to becoming an angel. Perhaps someday you might even get your wings. Become a seraphim. Who knows? Become world famous like Erebos or one of the greats. Maybe Omnia herself will even offer you a medal. Or maybe you'll even get the honor that I have to be able to call upon one of the thrones, if necessary. Of course, Earth is, not for destroying. I was explicitly told not to destroy Earth. Only take it over. That's all we're doing here. We're just gonna do a nice, friendly invasion. Nothing too big. Tilted Halo, like the Tilted Towers. A little bit. I suppose it's pretty similar to the Tilted Towers, as it is gone now. Shinies, yes, all the shinies. I can also control the light in here. I can dim it if I need to. Make it brighter. Or even turn it all the way off. I've got full control over this ship. One of the perks of having this Halo. Well, I would say full control. The pilot has most of the control. At least over where the ship goes and how to navigate there. And of course, the operator controls all the records. They're the one who's going to save this stream, if I'm correct. Mood lighting indeed. I can set the mood to whatever I need it to be. I can control it very, very easily, too. Legit mood lighting, indeed. Of course. I suppose, perhaps I should discuss my own journey through angelhood. Do you have any games on your ship? I suppose you're gonna have to ask the pilot that. The pilot would be the one in control of installing games, even though they're explicitly not allowed to. They still seem to find a way. I suppose you should probably ask them at some point. Maybe I'll have them on the stream sometime, who knows? Maybe in the future if I start my own group. Wink, wink. Need to change the, now you need to be able to change the color of the lights. I can! This form has many abilities. I just can't do it now, of course. I wouldn't want to be rude and pop up all my digital overlays. Right now, we're just chatting. Just having a fun old time. What about a comfort corner of the ship? Ooh, I like that idea. Maybe I'll steal that idea for later. I will say, I do have a hologram projector. And I could show you some of the slides. I have a PowerPoint of 2 slides prepared for this encounter. Got some likes and dislikes, as well as what my hashtags will be on Twitter. I would have had a bit more, but I can talk about the other stuff without slides. I don't need slides for everything. Though I thought it might be fun for at least the likes and dislikes, since that's somewhat of a tradition among your VTubers of Earth. In fact, why don't we switch over to that now? I believe now is a good time. Ooh. Let's just put the mood lighting on, full. For now. Welcome. Oh shoot. I'm in the... Welcome. This is where I will tell you a bit about myself. I am Conquest, of course. As you all know. And I have a matter of rules on this ship, and a lot of them have to do with my likes and dislikes, of course. I, of course, love order and hate disorder. So if anyone's disorderly or doesn't clean up after themselves, I may have to have a talking with you. Remember, the operator's always watching. They're always watching and always reporting back to me. I also love obedience, so if you disobey any of my rules, there will be hell to pay. Or heaven, I suppose, would be the more proper word. Of course, I also love Altirum, my own home world. Brilliant, shining buildings, wonderful yellow trees, the beauties. And Altirum comes with its own perks, but I do like Earth as well. I rather like how my experience of Earth has been so far. Seems like humans are rather susceptible. That would be the word for it. They seem to have a knack for being polite and nice, which I really enjoy. I love hanging out with humans. You're all rather nice. And of course, Earth has a variety of very powerful creatures. These VTubers. Very powerful. I've seen some from other dimensions, like myself. Well, I suppose dimensions is the wrong word. Perhaps world. World would be a better word. I am from an outworld, after all. Altirum. We're the ones that keep you safe. From all the outside threats, of course. Threats like devils, mischievous little creatures. Always trying to trick people into deals. Yes, us angels from Altirum, we take care of them so that you don't have to worry. And demons, oh, don't get me started on demons. I will say I never actually fought against devils in the war. But during the Aeon War, I most certainly have fought my fair share of demons. And I have a prize as well. One we'll see later. After this section of the stream. I also rather like Altirum gelato. If you've never had, I know that Earth has gelato as well. I imagine Altirum inspired that. But Altirum gelato, oh, that's something else. We have some of those. They're called gremlins. Ah, I see. I might have to check out these gremlins sometime. Perhaps just make sure that they're not up to any mischief or disorder. After all, I am a being of pure order. It's my job to keep you safe from the chaos of the abyss. But yes, if you've never tried Altirum gelato, please. For all heaven, you must try Altirum gelato. And if you haven't, perhaps someday I'll bring some to stream one time. Maybe to some meeting we have. Of course, I have more than just one slide here. I also have my tags. These will be my Twitter tags from now on. Whenever I go live, if I remember, of course, I will make sure to tweet time for Conquest. That will be the sort of notification tag. Now I'm hungry. Fair. There are refreshments on board if you'd like to have them. Of course, most of them are freeze-dried, but we do have some Altirum goods we brought. And of course, you're welcome to take anything from Earth as long as you do it politely. I hear they use money here. You might want to look into that. Who knows? Maybe I'll start paying you, you minions once we get a good holding here on Earth. You can actually buy Earth food. See the sights yourself. Perhaps stock up on materials and the like. But yes, my tags. Whenever I go live, I will be tweeting time for Conquest. Art, any fan art or anything like that, will be posted on Art for Conquest. I'll be monitoring that tag, so if you post any fan art or anything like that, I will retweet it. Also, if you have anything less safe for the Armada, perhaps use the not safe for Conquest tag. I hear it's fun over there. I'll use secret means to retweet that one. Also, for hype or getting ready for streams or anything like that, perhaps if I have an event, I'll post on Hyped for Conquest. And you're welcome to do the same as well. That's a tag that you may use. All of these you may use, I suppose, except for live. I mean, you can, but that's also where I'll be posting my own streams. I've heard Earth food is good. It is. It is. I've tried it before. I've heard their peanut butter is rather delicious. You ever tried peanut butter? I never did until I came here to Earth. I came here on a few scouting missions, of course. Some scouting missions that are on Twitch. All of those were, well, two-way trips. I never actually stayed here. But now, from now on, I'll be staying here right around Earth 24/7. Able to be contacted in everything. And of course, I will be here if you have any requests in terms of where we should conquer next. Our escapades to the moon have, unfortunately ended in a peace treaty. We had to give up as the Queen of the Moon was rather... vigilant. They put up a good fight. Of course, now we're on good terms with them. As long as they don't try to take over Earth, that is. Good, good. The out tag is for all of you to use. I'll probably just keep this, or well, no, I should probably go to a better area if I want to show you some of the other features I have with this outfit. I have two, in fact. Two rather similar features. Of course, perhaps if I start making money from this, I can maybe purchase some more. The option was always available. Paraphonia did offer. So perhaps I could go back to them to add more expressions and the like. And of course, I still have all the same items, including Detective Conquest. I still have that. Alright, let's go ahead and move to a better space, as I'd like to show you the other features. How about we go on back to the bridge? Perfect. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Alright, so as you can see, I can lock my form in place now, so that I'm not actually zooming around all over the place. It's a very useful feature, one that I did not have with my previous form. But now I can do it. I have full free reign. I'm actually free to move in whichever direction I'd like without zooming all over the screen. Though I can turn that back on for times where I deem it necessary. Though I also have a few other features. I can raise this arm. I don't mind the last one. We'll get to that in a moment. I can raise this arm, as you can see, if I need to illustrate anything, perhaps. And of course, I have this arm as well. As you can see, I have something rather special in this arm. This is a certain prize I won from one of my escapades into the abyss. When I fought Sifithis Corlafethni and won, I was able to take the Demon Stone from them, something the demons have been wanting ever since. And something they're not going to get, of course. For it's now in my protection, and I get to use it as a weapon. This stone is, rather important. It's a stone of distortion and change, which means I can use it to alter the world around me. It's very, very useful when it comes to battle. I can use it to change my momentum mid-swing. Add some power, perhaps, as long as I take it from something else. It's very, very useful. And of course, if you cross me, it may be useful against you. But let's hope it doesn't come to that. Of course, I don't believe I'll ever have to use it on you guys. You are rather good and obedient cadets. Perhaps, if you work your way up the ranks, I can even show you what the Demon Stone does. Maybe not how to use it, however. That's a secret I'm keeping to myself. Nonetheless, that, I believe, is the end of our little lore section. I do believe we have a Q&A in chat. Which means I'm going to be answering your questions now. All right. Of course, I can wait a moment. I can wait a moment for questions to come in. I believe we have a few, but I might as well. Just allow everyone to get a chance to ask questions. It should be right up at the top of the chat. Definitely make sure you ask your questions there. And after the fact, after we do the Q&A section, I would not mind having a short booping session. Just a short one. We don't have all the time in the world, after all. Oh, that's right. I did want to go over, perhaps while the questions are coming in, I should go over a few other things. I enjoy playing games. All the games I'll be streaming will be on this channel from now on. So, the Genshin Fridays, those will be happening on this channel. Minecraft Mondays, those will be on this channel. Any other days that I want to have, those will be on this channel as well. Why have I not received my wings? Well, I suppose we can get into that now. In fact, I'll just start answering Q&A questions as they come. Let me start with the first ones, and then I'll get to the latest ones. So first and foremost, I believe I have a question from Emily Myers. How's it feel to've revealed your new form? It feels great. I can do so many new things. So many new options. Of course, I do miss Conquest. I will have a way of returning Conquest at some point. Small quest. Of course, it will be expensive. Only for the elite viewers. As for the next question, just before the one you just asked, Blue, Time of Time asks, will we ever see Small Quest again? What an appropriate question. Yes, you will. Of course, I will have to work on the logistics first. I'll need to, I do want to add a bot to this YouTube channel that will track points kind of like channel points on Twitch. And that way, you can actually redeem things like that. Otherwise, the tips are always open, and if you tip me and ask for Conquest, I will absolutely go to Conquest. As well as that, of course, the other question about why I have not received my wings. Well, it's a bit of a long story. You see, I wasn't always Conquest. I used to be, an angel. Well, a full angel, of course. I'm not quite seraphim level yet. I know that certain angels, like the messengers, get their wings early, but I never had interest in such a profession. Thus, I remained wingless, and eventually, when I became Conquest, we sort of solidified where I'm at. Of course, I can fly, but wings would be rather useful for maneuvering. My flight, unfortunately, is a little bit difficult, to say the least. At least for combat. Usually I prefer to fight on the ground. Though I do have a war pike. I can, of course, use the Demon Stone if I'd like to alter my course mid-flight. It's a little less effective than a wings would be, but it's not bad. I'm no Seraphim, of course. Seraphim are much, much better in combat. I am above most of the commanders, however. I'm even above Commander Erebos, which I don't know if you've heard of, but Erebos is a bit of talk of the town here. The talk of the world, of course. They lead a battalion of about, what was it? 12? I think it's 12. 12 commanders. Which means they command several legions, actually. They rose the ranks rather quickly, and they have very peculiar powers for an angel. I would like to let myself stand out a bit. Of course, in Omnia's eyes, I stand out plenty, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm a bit of a showman, as you see. I'd rather be known by more angels than by one superior. Though I do have an armada, and of course I am very thankful to the crew. The pilot, the gardener, the operator, the Atlas, and, of course, the engineer and the architect. They all operate this armada rather well. I do rather enjoy their company. They've served me very well, thus far. It's about time to check the Q&A again and make sure if we have any more questions. It does not seem we do. In that case, we should probably talk about a few last things before we end off. This stream's going to be rather short, compared to most of my other streams, of course. Though it's not too short. A good hour, perhaps. Of course, I did want to talk about my new companion, my new friend, of course, from another channel. This friend is Aaron Ashfield. You may have heard of them. They're a scientist of sorts. Ashfield is a frenemy of mine. Of course, they spotted me on my scouting trips, which should be impossible, but they had some kind of technology I wasn't expecting. Is it possible for a demon to be redeemed? Well, that's a bit complicated. You see, demons are not in their predicament because they did anything wrong. You could say. Demons are in their predicament because they evolved that way. Demons are creatures of pure chaos. It's not that they couldn't redeem themselves. It's more that they are by nature something that I must oppose as an angel of order. Of course, if I didn't, your Earth would be done for. There would be creatures crawling all over it. Oh, think of the disorder, disorganization. Ugh, pure chaos. And of course, devils, well, devils are a different story. Devils, while not originally angels, they were denizens of of Inferos. Of course, before Inferos became an angel outpost. I do believe that you would do well staying away from them. Tricky beings. They happen to be one of the creatures us angels hold the highest grudge towards, as they did take the realm of good away from us. All of us angels are locked out permanently from the realm of good, and we must stay in Altirum. Once an outpost, now our home, of course. But the devils took our home away from us. Well, Omnia's home, at least. We are natives to Altirum, but Omnia, she's not from here. And it is utter disrespect what the devils did to us. Of course, it is not my place to say. My war was against the demons. Though I suppose I have heard of commanders and their envoys to Inferos. We've been on more of a Cold War sort of battlefield recently. No one wants to attack each other, Inferos doesn't want to attack us, and we don't really want to attack Inferos. We know we're roughly equal matched in terms of intelligence. Of course, our abilities differ in rather scary ways, as they can shapeshift and we cannot. They could be any of us, in fact. Perhaps any of you. If I detect a devil among you, well, I don't think I have to say more in that regard. One more. What would happen if an angel broke a rule? Would they become some kind of a fallen angel? Ooh. Well, you know, there are some things the higher-ups keep from you, cadets. But I suppose now's a good time to tell you. You know, the Seraphim never talk about this, but there once was a Seraphim. A rather powerful one. Word is, they took control of a throne and went against Omnia's orders and began destroying a world that we were convoying on. After that, they were never heard from again. This Seraphim, they are never spoken of, and for good reason. That's a story of why you shouldn't break the rules, cadets. Has anyone fallen in love with demons? Rather odd question. I suppose that'd be the same as falling in love with an eldritch horror. I can't say I've ever thought of it. I mean, of course, humans are quite odd. I wouldn't put it past you. And of course, you are quite different beings than us angels. We are incompatible. In more ways than one. Of course, they evolved too quickly for us to keep up, if that makes sense. Not to mention, killing is their thing. That's how they gain power. If a demon kills, it can change and evolve. Us angels, we get power from enforcing order. And devils, they get power from deals. That's how it works. We have no way of going against our nature. Humans are different. Humans have something that none of us really have. None of us immortals. Humans appear to have the ability to change. To evolve. Somewhat like demons, but they don't have to kill. Instead, they can evolve at will. It's almost like they generate power themselves. I suppose that's probably why devils make deals with them. They are the primary targets if they can generate such power. And of course, Stallion knows how that works. Stallion is, after all, powering the lights from your own energy. Don't worry, it's not taking anything from you, it's more like electricity. Electricity doesn't necessarily run out, it just moves. Our lights are running off the movement of your energy, essentially. It doesn't actually take anything from you. Something that differs between us and devils. Humans are very weird, so don't expect much. Humans are quite strange, though I do like it. It's interesting. They have such a capacity to do things you wouldn't expect. And it's not chaos, it's almost natural. It's beautiful. At least in my opinion. Some angels don't share my mentality. I will say I am slightly rare in my admiration of humans, though that's why I was picked for the job. I know quite a lot about you. Quite a lot about your science, your development, your cultures. I'm rather learned, you could say. A bit of an earth scholar. I also know a lot about the Abyss. Of course, it was my job, once upon a time, before I became Conquest. And a little bit after, but Not for long, of course. I was set on the course for Earth. I want to say about 20 years after I became Conquest. So not all that long. It's practically like yesterday, honestly. At least compared to the Aeon War. That's lasted quite a bit longer. Do you mean that angels, demons, and devils can't change their nature, or have the capacity to switch sides? I mean, I never thought of it. I will say, there's really something about Altirum. When you're there, you can't help but want to obey. It's like a pleasing feeling on a nice summer day. I would never want to disobey. I have no reason to. It feels better when I do what is required of me. I don't feel quite so good at the thought of disobeying. I think that would turn out very badly. I mean, I don't want to become like that one seraphim, of course. Don't want a throne set on me. I say that lightly, but I genuinely would hate to see a throne in the skies above Earth. Of course, I am rather glad that I'm here alone. My 3 compatriots are interesting, to say the least. War is fun, but I don't like their approach when it comes to certain things, and death is... Whew. Don't get me started about death. She is rather intimidating to me. I prefer to stay away from whatever they have going on. Best left to themselves, as I say. Of course, famine is, well, I mean, honestly, I feel a bit bad for them, but they're on another world at the moment. Not in the Abyss or Inferos or anything like that, but they're far away. I believe they're in this universe, but I do believe they're on another planet somewhere. Can we know more about them? About my compatriots? Well, War is actually the one I competed with for my title of Conquest. You see, me and War had a bit of a tussle. We weren't sure who should have the title of Conquest and who should have the title of War, so we decided to fight over it. We had 3 rounds, in fact. I had several tricks up my sleeve, you see. I'm an alchemist at heart, a scientist. I prepared several potions as well as magic items of my own. Of course, through brute strength, they won the first battle. That is how war is. They are better at me in hand-to-hand combat, though I am definitely better at them in strategy, and that's how I won the second battle. So since we were tied, we went on a third. And this one was rather interesting. There were several points at which we weren't sure who would win. But, in the end, war got the best of me. And when we asked them which title they wanted, they said they didn't do it for the title. They did it for the fight. Classic war. And that's how they got their name. And thus, I got Conquest. It's fitting. It makes sense. Death was already death long before either of our time, though. They're a mysterious one. Bit of a loner, I would say. Though they are very social when it comes to gatherings. Good at connecting, I'd say. I don't know too much about them, though. They've been death for quite a while. And famine, of course. They're, well, they've been famine long before us as well, but not a lot of people seem to enjoy the presence of famine. They are, unfortunately, elsewhere for reasons beyond their desire. I would stay in contact with them, but they're a bit of a sorrowful fellow. They dampen the mood just a bit. I mean, I try when I can, but, you know, there's not much you can do. Of course, war and death, they're a little more happy to ditch famine. I'm less in favor of the like. I think they play an important role in our little group. We are the Cavaliers, the 4 Cavaliers, after all. It would be a mistake to assume that there are only 3 of us. Of course. I have the title of being the first Cavalier, as I am the first to arrive to Earth on this very important mission. Of course, the others will come after me, but I am the first. And I will hold that. I will hold that title, First of the Cavaliers, so long as I am Conquest. War, death, famine, and conquest. Are you sure you're angels? Yes, we're the angels, the 4 Cavaliers. 4 Cavaliers of Altirum. After all, it is us that will be released in the final days. By a seal made by Omnia herself. No one else has dominion over us. We are pure... what would you say? Altogether, we have the ability to take over a planet in, I'd say, a matter of hours. Perhaps days if it's a strong one. Of course, apart, we have more subtle techniques. Typically, the others work from a distance. I like to get up close and personal. You see, I enjoy looking my enemies in the eye when I confront their own... downfall. I wouldn't say death, of course. I only do that if it's required of me. Though I don't have dominion over what happens to those that fall in battle. That's death's job. I just facilitate the war. The war will happen without me, and the death will do as it will. I am the one that networks. I enjoy less open war, a bit more subterfuge. Of course, I do have Detective Conquest personality, after all. I suppose there's not a whole lot I enjoy about full-out combat. Unless it's against demons, I do enjoy that. There is something exhilarating about fighting in the abyss. All those floating stones jumping from natural Earth to natural planet. Ah. The battles there are legendary, let me tell you. You're so focused on Conquest, how do you make time for D&D? Ah. I am a strategist by heart, by nature. I believe that D&D is good for several reasons. Number one, it helps me with networking. It's very, very good when you're in the midst of a war, a cold war or otherwise. Of course, D&D is also very good for battle strategy. something that not a lot of people really think about all that often. I myself would describe myself as likely a paladin. I think paladin makes sense. I do, after all, have a code, and my war pike is nothing to scoff at. Very handy when it comes to fighting in a war. In fact, I believe a paladin would be the best way of describing me. Overall. In D&D terms, of course. I would say Eldritch Knight, but to be fair, I just like Eldritch Knights. They're just fun to play. I do believe Paladin would be more suiting for me. But yes, D&D is, useful enough, I feel like it's a part of the job. Personally. Of course, I will say, we are nearing about an hour and a half. Which means we should probably go ahead and get ready to move on. Next stream will be very fun, though. This Thursday, we have some very fun things going on. I will say the Thursday stream will be on Twitch. The Friday one, however, will be on this channel once more. And that will be Genshin. Genshin with Emily. So yes. Oh, I don't believe I finished talking about Ashcrafter. I do have a few more things to say about them, but we should probably go ahead and end up after that. Finish up, I mean. So Ashcrafter is going to be... I know I've done Conlanging stuff before, Conlanging, Worldbuilding, and the like. But Ashcrafter will be the expert on that from now on. I will be moving on to other things. I can teach you about science. I am, after all, an expert on how the world works. Well, I'm looking forward to your streams. Thank you so much. It's an honor to have you here. It really is. We'll have more talks in the bridge as well. I think those will probably be on YouTube. We'll have a few more of those. All of my D&D games, as well as the upcoming JoJo's Bizarre Adventure game, all of those will be on Twitch. Because they have a lot of copyrighted content. And YouTube does not target the right kind of copyrighted content very well. So, I will be on Twitch for those. For YouTube, however, I will be doing games and the like. Nonetheless, it is very, very good to have all of you here. It was a pleasure. Now, of course, I will have to send you off to each of your own pods to join the Armada. I'm glad you could join me here today, cadets, and I hope to see you in the future. Perhaps on Friday when we play more Genshin. It's always fun to have an audience in that game. After all, it's all about, Conquest, after all. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I suppose we should go ahead and end here. Unless you all have any more questions. Oh, wait. Actually, I do believe I owe you one booping session. I don't know if I have a boop here. Yes, I don't believe I have a boop. I can boop you. I do have head pats, hold on. How about we settle for head pats today? And I'll get some boops for next stream. And this stream, however, I'll boop you. Hold on. Where is that booper? Where is it at? There you are. You! You will be booped. You alone may be booped. Point. Boop, 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 boop. You fool, I have the booping power now. Head pats will do for now. Good. Yes, on Friday I will hopefully, and probably on Thursday as well, I'll have actual boops. Maybe even a boop redeem, who knows? I'd like to set up code that actually makes it to where you can activate all this stuff yourself. Perhaps even stack things on my head yourself. On Twitch, at least. On YouTube, it's going to be a bit more difficult, but I can definitely find a way. Most of this from now on will have to be manual, unfortunately. However, it was very good having you all here. And I suppose it's time to leave you off. Farewell, and have fun in the escape pods. And I'll see you all on Thursday. Oh, as well as that, I'm so sorry, I forgot to post some links in the description. Or not, wait, yes, wait, hold on. I should probably edit this after the fact to add links to the description, but what I meant is I need to put some things into chat. First and foremost, go check out Paraphonia. They are freaking awesome. They rigged this model, and they have their own Twitch, and they stream there quite often. Make sure you go check them out, give them a follow. Thank you, Time. Thank you very much. Thank you all. And as well as that, there is one other thing. I believe I have it on Discord. It would be Discord. Oh, wrong server. I should mention that as well, shouldn't I? So, there will be some changes to the Discord server. There will be some changes indeed. Did I put it in announcements? Hold on. But don't worry, those changes I will cover them later. I'll make sure to cover them both I will cover them on stream, on Twitter, and on Discord. All of them. Just so you know. But essentially, we may be migrating to a new server soon. A much better one with better bots and better automated things as well. It'll have all of the things you need to navigate the Armada. You can also rank up on that Discord. You can become an angel, you can become a commander, and all of those wonderful things. I will also have admins who will be, well, part of the crew, of course. I'll have the pilot. I'll definitely have the operators already on the server. I'll have the pilot eventually. The pilot is also a rank that you can join, if you would like. If you would like to run voting campaigns to have your own roles on the Armada, those are most certainly things you can do, though that will come later on. Of course, in the Armada, you have the freedom to rank up and become your own angel. I will also have ways in which you can design your own angel and be a part of the Armada. Excited to see the server. Good. It is rather ambitious, and part of that means it's going to take a little bit longer, but it will be done by the summer, I should say. So, hopefully within the month. I'm not sure about that. I would say hopefully within the month, but school's starting back up pretty soon. So we'll have to see about that. Nonetheless, thank you guys so much for being here. The other thing I wanted to shout out, God, I keep forgetting, I'm sorry. The other thing I wanted to say is youtube.com/@theashcrafter. So that is the channel of Ashfield himself. That is where all of the conlanging and world building content will be from now on. Ashcrafter is there. They have their own model. They've already technically debuted. They're not really going to debut, but they already have their model, and they're going to be streaming with it from now on. Their ambition is to rise the ranks of the conlanging community. So please go support them on that, and I'll see you there. Wink, wink. All right, thank you all so much for Oh, that will also be if I start posting D&D content or the JoJo game or whatever it may be. That's the place it'll be, more than likely. I believe that's the place it should be. So, anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all on Thursday or Friday. If you'd rather wait until the next stream on this channel, I will be streaming on this channel on Friday. Hopefully I can get notifications set up. I don't know why the Discord ones didn't work, but nonetheless, hopefully that will work for next week. Or not next week, later this week. And on Thursday, I will be streaming D&D in Ornsdale on Twitch. So yes, thank you all so much for being here. And finally, I will leave you off. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.